So question number 7 we have what are the stages of ESR? What is ESR? ESR is nothing but erythrocyte sedimentation rate. So what is erythrocyte? Erythrocyte is nothing but the red blood cells, RBCs. What does it mean by sedimentation rate? It means, so this is a test, this is a procedure, okay, in which what happens, so most commonly used is this long tube called as western green tube, okay, and it has marking from 0 till 200, okay, and this is around like 300 mm long, but it has marking from 0 to 200 mm. So blood is filled until here, until 0, and after filling the blood it is held vertically and left it for like an hour, and after 1 hour what we can see is the blood which was up till here will fall like somewhere here or here or here, it depends, okay, but from until here if you can see the RBCs, above that will be plasma, clear fluid, that is plasma, okay. So here what's happening, here the RBCs, the red blood cells, are settling down due to gravity. So erythrocyte sedimentation nothing but the settling of the what, RBC, okay. And what is the rate? Rate is nothing but in physics, as we say, a change or a magnitude of change per unit time. So here how much, if we are calculating how much it has fallen down or something, okay, so the distance from here to here, between like what to what time, from 0 to 1 hour. So erythrocyte sedimentation rate is nothing but settling of the red blood cells per unit time, okay. So now the question is, why does it settle? See, what happens is our RBCs are anyways biconcave shape normally, as we know that, okay, it is something like these plates, okay. So when the RBCs are outside the body and when an anticoagulant is added to this, okay, due to gravity they will be settling, and there is formation something called as rouleaux, okay. See, ROULEAUX, so there is something called as rouleaux formation. So in this rouleaux formation what happens is the RBCs, they stack upon each other like these plates, okay, like these plates, they stack on each other. So the more or the rate of stacking, the more the rate of stacking will cause more formation of rouleaux, then there will be increased value of the ESR, that means the sedimentation rate will increase, okay. And if there is less stacking like this, if the RBCs are randomly oriented and not in this particular rouleaux formation, then it will take more amount of time to settle, okay. So ESR, what are the things that increases the value of ESR is formation of the rouleaux. So the more the amount of rouleaux formation, the less time it will take to settle. The increased immunoglobulins, then increased fibrinogen, this is very important. More the fibrinogen will be there, the rouleaux formation or the settling down will be more, okay. These fibrins are heavy molecular weight, they are like thin fibrins of strands which will fall on this, okay, on the RBCs, and make the RBCs to settle more easily and more quickly. And there are again other certain factors like, see, the RBCs, they generally have negative charge, okay, something called as zeta potential. What is zeta potential? This is a measure of potential, this comes in electrokinetics, in colloidal suspension and all, okay. So the RBCs, all the RBCs have negative charge. So in normally this negative charge, so this RBC is negative charge, this RBC is negative charge, so negative similar like charges repels, right? So normally if the negative charges are there, they will repel each other, but in case if we bring down the negative charge or we eliminate the negative charge from the RBCs, then the RBCs will again attract each other more, then there will be more formation of rouleaux, and more quickly the RBCs will settle down, okay. So that happens when there is less albumin. So albumin that maintains the negative charge of the RBC. So if there is less albumin or something called as hypoalbuminemia, then the ESR will rise. That means their sedimentation rate will be more. And these are the normal values of the erythrocyte sedimentation rates. In men less than 15 years, it is around less than 15 millimeter per hour. Okay, so in 1 hour it is settling like this. See, from 0 till 20 it has come down. Okay, this is plasma, and here it is settled down in 1 hour. So in men it is less than 15 mm per hour, in women it is less than 20 mm per hour, but in more than 50 years of age, in men more than 20, and in women more than 30. So in 1 hour it is coming down 15 or 20, it depends whether men or women. This is the normal values. Determination of the ESR. ESR is determined by certain factors like sex, age, fibrinogen, I told already, immunoglobulin, hematocrit, and abnormal shape of the RBC. If the shape of the RBC is not normal, then the rouleau formation will be hampered. So there won't be any proper rouleau formation. See, this is the rouleau formation. This is RBC. RBC has negative charge. They repel each other. If the charges are gone for any reason, maybe fibrinogen or immunoglobulin or less albumin, this will cause the formation of rouleau. Okay, so there will be increased rouleau formation, so there will be increased sedimentation. So if you go to the doctor for any complaints like headaches, unexplained fever, weight loss, joint stiffness, neck or shoulder pain, loss of appetite, anemia, so in all these cases ESR test will be given by the doctor. Okay, go and give your blood and they will check your ESR normally, right? So just to check whether in the body if there is anything wrong or not. Wrong in the sense if there is any kind of inflammation. The ESR is not specific. It does not diagnose any disease. It is just as a detection, like whether if there is any inflammation ongoing in the body, or ESR can be used to monitor the prognosis. Like if the treatment is started already, then if we check the ESR, how much it is improving, right? Then a high ESR test result. So after checking the blood, if the ESR results are high, that means the settling of the RBCs are quick. Okay, so maybe from a condition that causes arteritis, arthritis, systemic vasculitis, okay, all this rheumatica, polymyalgia rheumatica, inflammatory bowel disease, kidney infection, rheumatoid arthritis, any heart disease or cancer. These are the most common causes of the high ESR. What about low ESR? In low ESR, something called as polycythemia vera. That means there is huge number of RBCs in the blood. So more number of RBCs, more time it will take to settle. Then sickle cell disease, the shape of the RBCs is sickled, so it is not able to form proper rouleau. Stacking is not happening properly. So it will take time. It will take more amount of time, okay, to settle. Hence there is low erythrocyte sedimentation rate. Then leukocytosis, high WBCs, in certain heart failures, in certain kidney and liver problems. All right. So yeah, ESR is increasing the rouleau formation, decreasing the microcytosis, spherocytosis, sickle cells. So for the 3 marker, if they ask what are the stages of the ESR, first we have the aggregation stage, sedimentation stage, and then we have the packing stage. Aggregation stage means the formation of the rouleau, stacking of the cells, okay, together. So after there is stacking, there is settling of the RBCs, okay, at the bottom of the tube. This is due to the gravity. Then we have the packing stage, packing of the red blood cells at the bottom of the plasma, separation above. So downside you will have your RBC and above you have your plasma, okay. But the thing is, nowadays more than the erythrocyte sedimentation rate, the doctors, they give test for something called as C-reactive proteins, okay, that comes under acute phase reactants. So in acute phase reactants there are certain proteins which goes up in blood when there is inflammation, okay. So there are positive acute phase reactants, there is something called as negative acute phase reactants. In positive acute phase reactants, the CRP level comes, C-reactive proteins, okay. And in negative, like albumin, they are the negative. So in inflammation, the the proteins which goes up are the positive acute phase reactants, and in inflammation the proteins which goes down like albumin are the negative phase reactants. So nowadays more than ESR, CRP levels are measured because it is more like accurate, and it gives rapid detection of any inflammation. Alright, so yeah, that was about the ESR.